Hi everybody, I'm Doreen. Welcome to my Flosstube. My channel name is Privies and Prims, and I do mostly cross stitch and punch needles. Sometimes I add in some other things like my rug hooking group and what they're doing, and also some wool applique. First thing I want to address is I need to ask the happy camper again. Her name is Winter. As you see, my light is fluctuating, and I forget Winter, I forget how you told me to lock that so that it won't do it. So please leave it in the comments, and I'm sure it'll help other people too. Because I've been pushing in the middle of my screen and hitting that little lock button, but it doesn't work. So I don't know what I'm locking. But first of all, I wanted to get that out of the way. So next thing I want to talk about is I don't really have, I guess I have a whip. This is very old. This is from sometime last year. So this is Vermont Harvest Folk Art. I'll get the pattern page here. This is punch needle. That's the pattern. And I did this at least a year ago, maybe. I think it was that long ago anyway. This is 2 pieces of wool and it's very thick. I'm going to make it into a pillow one day. So what I'm going to use for the trim is this that I got at a thrift store. And I want to put it like this around it. So it's really going to make that white on the sheep pop. And so I'm going to leave this out because maybe I'll finish it if I leave it out. It's been tucked away underneath a pile. So that is something that I need to, it's a finish, but it's not a full finish. And again, this is the pattern, and this is a PDF download, and I'm going to give this away today to someone that would like this. We're going to use the keyword sheep. So put that in your comment of keyword sheep if you'd like to win that pattern, because I am finished with it. So another finish that I just did, kind of an FFO, but kind of not. Like I actually just finished stitching this maybe an hour ago and went through my fabrics. I found this. It doesn't really have an orange in it, but it kind of looked like it matched. So I am going fabric shopping this week for some backing fabrics and just get some fat quarters or quarter yards of some things for the backings. But I want to put something around the edge here, and I was thinking something of this color brown, and I don't have anything that colors. So I'm going to take this with me. The ribbons are on sale at Hobby Lobby this week. So I'm going to take this with me and try to match it up and put something around there to give it a more finished look. The back, I have just cut the slit open to stuff it and then whip stitched it shut. So I still need to cover that. So this is not completely finished, but it's almost there. And that pattern is out of the current issue, 2023 spring issue of Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine. There is the information, and that's that pattern. So you can find that in your current magazine if you're a subscriber. The next thing I did, this I showed you last week, and it wasn't completely fully finished, and I did fully finish that, so that is an FFO. I used this trim. This is from Hobby Lobby. It already had the buttons on it. It's a strip of fabric, and then it has the buttons already on there. And then what I did is at the bottom, I just took a piece of jute twine, tied it in a bow, and then put a button over it. And that kind of covers where these 2 pieces meet. On the back, I put this fabric that I had, and then a wool heart to cover where the slit is, and then I ironed on my stickers, my labels. I talked about these labels in my last Flosstube, so if you're interested in those, go back to watch that, and it'll give you the information, and the link is in the description on that last video. So there is that. And I did not get the pattern out for this, but it is Primitive Stitchin', Stichin on Etsy. That is the designer for this pattern. The next thing I want to show you is some freebies that I found online. I always want to share the freebies. I believe this is pronounced Whilst Iris Naps Designs. I was looking for a drum pattern. I haven't made a drum yet, and I want to try making a drum. And what I found when I was looking was this. And I have some of these spools back there with the little sunflowers in them. So I could try this, and I want to make the one says be kind, one says be brave, and one says be you. And I want to try the one that says be kind. And this is what the actual stitching is. So that is a freebie on her website, or it's probably on a blog. I will try to link down below in the description box and let you know that one. This one is La-Di-Da. I've seen a few people post this that they've on Flosstubes that they are stitching this or have finished it. And it's just the alphabet, but it's got that little bunny on there, and it looks really cute all finished up. So this is a freebie on La-Di-Da, and it comes to a page, so it says, you know, you can share one. Another one I found, and I saw this on a Flosstube, and it says, do what you love, and then it says stitch underneath. Now this is a heart and hand freebie, but I found the pattern on the Fat Quarter Quilt Shop website. They have it on there, and that's what that looks like. So if you do, what I did is a Google search for heart in hand, do what you love, and that was the first page that came up. So you'll find that there. I do fully intend to stitch that one. Let me see. Wanted to show you some things that I bought at Dollar Tree. Now, double-sided tape. I don't know how much it is at the other stores, but Dollar Tree has it. I don't know how good it is. I ended up not using it. I was going to use it on that tall board with the bunny on it. I ended up not using it, but it is available there if you want to try it. So that's $1.25. And then also, if you're doing your spring display and you want to put some things in the basket, but you don't want bright colors, you want primitive, this is available year-round in Dollar Tree in the party department. And I love using this. It's just crinkled craft paper. This bag actually has a little hole in it, but if you're doing like bowl fillers and you want to put a little bit of stuff around the little pillows, that's a good idea to use that. Okay, I'm going to talk about my special program and then, or special project, I should say. And then I'm going to get to some giveaways for this week besides the sheep pattern. This is a cute little thing that I made. It was originally supposed to be these colors. That's the pattern. That's what you could look up online. I will post a link down below for it. This is stitched on some linen that someone gifted me, and it is Twilight Blue 32 count linen. So it was supposed to be those colors, and I started with the pink and the blue and then a green. Well, I couldn't find a green that I liked, and I ended up deciding to do the whole thing in blue and white, but this was already there, and then I put it on Facebook and Instagram, which you can follow me on in between videos. And about leaving the heart, it's kind of a salmon pink, or taking it out and making that one white, so it's all blue and white. And I think everybody that commented said to leave it in there, so I left it in there. So I put this trim is from Hobby Lobby, and I just did a really thin bead of hot glue along the seam and put that on there. And then I took a button and I just tied some threads in it and tied a knot, so, and then hot glued that on. The back of it is just some fabric that I already had, and then I took a piece of the blue wool and covered up the slit where I stuffed it at. I didn't put my label on here because it's well, I coffee stained them all, and this is one that probably would look better without the coffee stained label. But also when I explain what this is for, you'll see that I just didn't really want my label on there. So this is going to be for a project, and everyone is welcome. Please, please join in on this. I had talked about this with Lost in Stitches. And we talked about doing something as a swap, but she's in Canada and I am in the United States, so shipping would have been really high. So I came up with this idea instead. So I'm going to hashtag this, share some Stitchy love. And here's what I'm going to do with this. And I hope that several hundreds of you will do this also. Stitch this little pattern. You can see how big it is. It's tiny. It's a quick stitch, except for me because I kept messing up the alignment and had to frog a few hearts. But I am going to get some things like maybe a little bag of chocolates, which now's a perfect time for that because they're all out there for Easter. A little bag of chocolates, maybe a magnet that gives like an encouraging message on it or something inspirational, and maybe a couple little trinkets, whatever you want to put with it. And I got some special little cards. And I want to look when I go to Hobby Lobby tomorrow for a little thing like a charm here that says thinking of you or praying for you or something. I am a believer that Jesus Christ heals, but not everybody is. So I was thinking of putting thinking of you instead of praying for you because I'm hoping that this makes the rounds. So here's what the plan is. I will send this with some little goodies to someone that's having a hard time right now, someone that's going through an illness or just something tough that they're dealing with in their life. So this will go with some little goodies and the special card with a message in it. And then when the person meets someone else or knows someone else that's going through a hard time, they are to pay it forward and send this with some goodies that they package with it. And so it would just circulate as some Stitchy love to just lift people's spirits, hopefully, when they're going through a hard time. So that was my intention for this. So again, the hashtag is share some Stitchy love, and I will put that down in the description box. And please make this pattern if you are interested in doing that. Use the hashtag so we can all search it and see it, and post pictures on Instagram with the hashtag. And then if you don't do Instagram, you are welcome to email the picture to me and I can post it. My email is priviesandprims@yahoo.com. But this is something I hope that will spread and lots of you stitchers will do it and just lift somebody's spirits that's having a hard time. So that is our special project. And I will link this pattern down below so that you can, it's free and you can print that out yourself and do it. So hopefully everybody will do that, or lots of you anyway. So I have one pattern that did not get claimed for my last Flosstube, and it is Nanette is the first name, and she still needs to contact me. And I'm looking this here. I bought these at Hobby Lobby, and these are just something, there were 3 of them in the package, and I was thinking that, you know, you could take one out and send it with the little pillow, and you could send it 3 different pillows if you wanted to make that many and send them to different people. But that's just an idea. This was $8.99, and then it's in the spring shop, so it was 40 or 50% off. There's the information on that. And that's what they say. But, you know, they had different ones in case, you know, you're not a believer. And they also had some little like magnets that were just like this big that had, not in the spring department though, they were on an end cap in the back. And they just had different little sayings on it. Like one said, turn your worries into prayers. You know, there's different inspirational things about you can do it and stuff like that. And just all different things. So just pick out your own little things to send with this. All right, so I wanted to mention a couple, or actually 3 Flosstubers that I've been watching. Sarah's Stitchy Spot. If you haven't watched her, she is so upbeat and just the happy person. And her husband did a song for her as the opening of her Flosstube videos. And it's really cute. You must go and watch Sarah's Stitchy Spot. And I will link these channels down below in the description box. And listen to that song that her husband wrote for her. But also, her son-in-law is a physical therapist. And in her latest Flosstube that was just posted a day or so ago, she sat with him and he talked about different stretches that we can do as stitchers. And one of them was like to get your shoulders back because we're always hunched over like this. One of them was like pushing your fingers back because we're always crunched up. So it really is worthwhile to go and check her out and watch that video with her son-in-law on there and talking about what kind of stretches we can do, because we're pretty, what is the word, sedentary? I think that's the word. We just sit in our chair and stitch all day. Some days I do that. Some days I'm more active than others. But some days the only exercise I get is walking to the kitchen or to the bathroom. So that was really, it was helpful to me to remind me to get up and move around. So do check her out. The Stitching Bunny is a new channel. She, oh my gosh, she just did like a finish parade. And she has projects that are like this big. And they're all finished, but they're not fully finished. She says she's not real good about doing the fully finished, but trying to encourage her to get them framed. So you definitely want to go back and watch her video. I will, again, link it down below. And I want to say 99.5% of the patterns that she showed stitched, I would have loved to have. Of course, I wouldn't do something that big because I'm a newbie and that's way over my head. But she has the same taste as me. I love, she had a lot of primitives, just really cool stuff. And Cindy's Adventures in Stitching. We are camping buddies, like virtual camping buddies. We both have vintage campers. And she did a video that I just watched today. I think it was just posted today. And she visited with a lady that she knows that is making lace. And they went into detail. This lady is from Europe, from England. And she went into detail about how the lace is made and the whole history of lace. And she is actually making a lace garter for, I think it's her granddaughter's wedding. And so it's really neat to watch it. It's not something I would ever want to do. When you see it, you'll know. But it was interesting to watch and listen to all the history and what the different countries do. And there's Spanish lace and Italian lace and how she described everything. And there's even clubs that you can, like, I guess it's like a guild in the United States that you can find if you wanted to learn how to do that. So definitely go over and check Cindy's Adventures in Stitching. And that is my shout outs for today. I want to do some giveaways. So I wanted to do punch needle giveaways. And also I have some cross stitch. So this one, again, put the word sheep if you're interested in that. That is by Vermont Harvest Folk Art. So, and then the next one I know I made this before and I'm finished with the pattern. This is a PDF printout also. It is a used pattern. I went over it with black marker so that I could trace it easier. That's the only thing. There's nothing wrong with the pattern. But this is by Tara Guernsey, and it is another sheep. So we will use the keyword for this one, Americana, because it's called Americana sheep. So if you're interested in that one, put the word Americana. And for cross stitch, I have two patterns. This one is a book, and these are older. These are vintage patterns. This is called Cross Stitch Children's Prayers. I'm hearing a lot of people talk about babies being born lately, so I thought this is a good time to put this. So this is a book, and it has several patterns in it. And on the back, it shows even more. So if you're interested in this one, put the word prayers because it's called Children's Prayers. This I found at a Habitat for Humanity store. And it is from American School of Needlework. Let me see. It is copyrighted in 1991. And It's all the charts inside, so I can't show you that. But again, there's the patterns on the front, and here are the patterns on the back. And then another one for baby is called Guardian Angel. So this one would be the keyword angel. And that's this pattern. It's just one. It is cardstock. And this is 1996 dimensions. Now, on my giveaways, you must be a public subscriber. If you're not sure if you're a public subscriber, go to my community tab, and there is a video there if you scroll down. And there's a video there that tells you how to check your settings and make sure that you are a public subscriber, because the giveaways are for my subscribers and I need to verify that you're subscribers, and that is the only way I can do it. They are also only for the United States because of the cost of shipping. I checked something recently that was going to be like 6 ounces to ship to Canada, and it was $17. So I just can't do that. So the giveaways, I'm sorry, are only to the United States. And you must be 18 years of age or older because I need to ask for your address. So in the comments, don't leave the word giveaway or win. Just use the keywords. This one is going to be Americana. This one is going to be sheep. This one is angel. And this one is prayers. So those are the giveaways for this week. I will be away next weekend. I will be camping Easter weekend, and it's supposed to, they're calling for 50% chance of rain all weekend. So I am praying that that does not happen, that it changes. But there's a group of about 20 people going, and we're hoping to have a lot of fun, do potlucks, and just some surprise things for somebody. So it should be a lot of fun, and I'm hoping that we have good weather for that. So that is it for today. Again, please share some Stitchy love. Hashtag share some Stitchy love, and do your own in your own colors, whatever you choose to do, and share it with us with the hashtag. And again, if you don't have Facebook, you can Facebook it to me, message if you have Facebook. If you don't, then, or you don't have Instagram, you can email it to me at priviesandprims@yahoo.com, and I will show a picture of it. In fact, you can do that anyway, and I will share some pictures on my next Flosstube of what everybody has made, because they're all going to look different. Everybody's going to use a different trim. Everybody's going to use different colors, different linens. And so it'll be fun to watch and see what everybody makes. So do send those to me at priviesandprims@yahoo.com. As for plans, this I'm going to try to punch needle. I should say try. When I say try, I mean time-wise. This is a design by Bird in the Hand Primitives, and she is on Etsy. And you can stitch them, you can paint them, you can do rug hooking, you can do punch needle, whatever you want to do. They are not in cross-stitch charts. It's just the picture. And the line drawings for punch needle, like that. So I am trying to get her to do cross-stitch patterns with her designs, and maybe some needle minders and some little bling. So she just is starting to think about that. But do check out Bird in the Hand Primitives on Etsy. And I think that is it for today. I do have some punch needle that I'm going to be doing for a shop, and I don't have it in here with me. They are firecrackers, and that is what I'm going to be working on this week. Before I can get to do anything that's for me, I need to do that, because that's the job. So I am a model puncher for the shepherd's needle. So that's what I'm going to be starting tomorrow. And I will see you all on the next Flosstube. Make sure that you hit that thumbs up, subscribe. If you want to win the giveaways, if you want to be eligible, you must be a public subscriber. And I say this every video, and I still get comments with people using the keyword and they're not subscribed. So please make sure that you are subscribed, or even if the random comment picker picks your name, I can't give you the pattern because I can't verify that you're a subscriber. And if you hit that little bell after you subscribe, it will give you a notification, every time that I post a new video. So everybody, happy stitching, happy Easter, because I probably will not talk to you before then. Remember, just like Christmas, Jesus is the reason for the season. And I will see you all on the next Flosstube. Bye.